Did I buy this top solely because I wanted to film a Valentine's Day video? Yes. Yes, I did. Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a romance book recommendations video. Hopefully I'm actually posting this on Valentine's Day because that'll be very embarrassing if I'm not. But if I am, today is the day of love, and I thought no better day to finally post a romance recommendation video. All we need is love and books. So today I'm going to talk about 5 romance books that I really love and I want you guys to read. So here are 5 romance books I think you guys should be reading this Valentine's Day. Let's get into it. First, to no surprise to anyone, I have The Bride Test by Helen Hoang. I actually talked about the Kiss Quotient in my Best Books of 2020 video. So if you want to watch that, I will have that link down below. Also included in that video is a lot of romance books other than the Kiss Quotient. So if you want more romance books after watching this video, you can go and head on to my Best Books 2020 video because I talk about a lot of romance books there. But anyways, we're talking about this book now. And this book is about Esme and Kai. Esme is a mail-ordered bride sent to Kai because his mother is tired of him not having a romantic relationship and she wants him to get married by the end of the summer. So she literally goes to Vietnam, goes to like a search contest and gets him his perfect wife. And that is Esme. Esme is a hardworking girl from Vietnam. She has a kid from another man and she really wants to provide for her family back home and her kid. So she sees this kind of as an opportunity to kind of make it in America. So it's giving me very much 90 Day Fiancé vibes. If you have not watched that show, do yourself a favor and watch that atrocity. And I mean that in the best of ways. It's such a mess, but in a good way. So this is like 90 Day Fiancé with the messiness, but with actual love and a romance that you can root for. I really love the main character of Esme. I feel like she really made this book. She kind of had a naivety to her, but also she was just so sweet and so kind, but also she was very strong and she had strength behind that kindness. She really wanted to make Kai love her, mostly because she wanted to get her green card, but also you kind of see them actually catching feelings for one another, even though Kai doesn't really like her at first sight because he doesn't want to get married. And his mom is kind of forcing him to do this, and Esme doesn't really care whether or not she likes him or not. She just wants to get married, get her green card, and move on. They both start kind of liking each other, and that like turns into love. I really love this book. I feel like Helen Hoang really makes these weird kind of plot lines, and she makes it in a really cute way. Also, she does have autism rep. The main love interest in this book has autism, Kai. But these books are just so cute and so sweet. And you can't help but root for the romances in this book. I wouldn't really classify this as hate to love, to be honest with you. But usually, I only really gravitate to hate to love books or tropes that I like. But Helen Hoang book has these like weird kind of plot lines / concepts, and I still always end up loving it. I don't know if it's the way she writes. I don't know if she's just excellent in writing her characters or her love interests and her romances, but I ended up really loving these two together, and I really wanted them to make it work. Also, the main character was really lovable. A lot of people want like very strong, independent women. She had strength, but she also was in love with love, and she wasn't scared to say that or to represent that. And we need more girls who are hopelessly romantic. Like, love that. This book was amazing. Like, Helen Hoang as an author, she really knows what to do and what to write to make these two people fall in love, but naturally, and they find each other very seamlessly, and I really love that. The next book I actually read very recently, and that is Ties That Tether by Jane Ikaro. This book is about a Nigerian woman, and when her father died, she promised him that she will marry a Nigerian man to carry on his legacy and his name. That was her father's like last dying wish, and all her life she has only been dating a certain type of Nigerian man. One night after a failed date, she has a one-night stand with Raphael, which is a white Spanish man. And then the craziness begins after that. This book really felt like a Nollywood movie. If you don't know what Nollywood movies are, they're Nigerian Hollywood movies basically. So like Bollywood, Nollywood, that makes sense. Nollywood movies are so dramatic and they kind of have always the same plot lines / plot twist, and this felt very much like a Nollywood movie. The author addressed this in the book in kind of like a joking manner, so she knew Nollywood movies are good for if you want messiness and drama, and this book brought all of that, but in a good way. Usually I kind of don't like messiness in romance books because I feel like it's kind of overdone and it can get very annoying and can distract you from the romance. But I really, really love the messiness in this book. I'm just a messy girl. I love witnessing messiness. Another aspect of this book that I really, really love, being able to relate to the main character so much. She is Nigerian. I could relate to her family life, her views, her values passed on to her parents so much. The culture surrounding this book is very rich in culture and family, and I really love how the author tied in those aspects into this amazing romance novel, because at the forefront of this book, it is a romance book, and I was loving the romance. This book did have a lot of twists and turns when it came to this romance. Like, this romance was not cut and dry. It was mess. It was very much mess, but I loved the mess. I literally rated this book 5 stars. Like, the feelings I had while reading this book cannot be compared. Absolutely stunned. I thought like the breakups and the makeups of romance books were kind of annoying and overdone, but I don't know, I was eating them up. It wasn't like 1/3 act breakup. It was a lot. This book was a lot. So maybe if you don't like a lot in a romance book, maybe this is not your thing, but if you like drama, if you like messiness, if you like the tea, you're gonna love this book. I wanted Raphael and Azere to fall in love. The love that they had, the connection between these two people, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. The instant they met, I just wanted them to fall in love. That instant almost connection, that instant fire, loved it. The chemistry these two had, wow. But also talked about real stuff, because it's not all happiness and rainbows, you know. I really love the realness the author brought with those issues. I had known nothing about these things. I don't know why I'm acting like I've been in a relationship. You guys are getting romance book recommendations from a girl who's never been in a relationship, but whatever. You're gonna enjoy it though. This book was amazing. It was way better than I expected it to. Way better. I mean, I didn't expect to hate this book, but I didn't expect to love this book as much as I did, because oh my gosh, ooh. Yeah, this book was it. This book is probably one of my new favorite romance, which is why I'm recommending it to you guys now in this video. Next, I have The Trouble with Hating You by Sajni Patel. This is giving me hate to love realness, which I love. I feel like any hate to love story, enemies to lovers, I am going to devour it. It takes place with the main character, Leah, and her parents are kind of forcing her to get married soon. I think we're following the trend with these books. I just realized my last 3 books, including this one, follow the same trend of their parents want them to get married quickly. Didn't plan that. Did not plan that. Her parents really want her to get an arranged marriage and fall in love and be happy. Her mom is trying to set her up with any matches that she might like, and she's just not having it. She's not here for it. She does not want to be there. She hates every match. She doesn't want to fall in love. She doesn't want to get married. Literally, she always tries to bail. She always tries to cancel dinner because she knows every time she goes to dinner with her parents, there's a risk of her being set up. And then comes Jay, who is one of her mom's potential matches, and she instantly hates him. The moment she sees him, she hates him. They literally like bump into each other, and then he like smiles to kind of like apologize. She's like, so you've chosen death. Like, she hated this man. And it was hilarious to read. Jay and her keep on kind of crossing paths. He starts working at her job, actually. Leah's just not here for it. She doesn't want to be matched up with him. She doesn't want to be near him. And at this point of her life, she doesn't want to really be in a relationship. Leah and Jay kind of start connecting. They kind of become friends and then become more than friends. This couple was absolutely amazing. Their connection, their chemistry, the tension they had. Crazy. I loved it. I really also love how the author brought in how misogyny in her culture, how sexual assaults, rape are kind of swept under the rug, or if talked about, they kind of place the blame on the woman. She really talks about how women are put on a pedestal or in a different standard than men are in her culture. I really, again, related to that, even though we're not from the same culture at all. I still related to some of her points, and I really loved hearing what she had to say and add to the topics. It's not really hard for me to love a hate to love story. If I don't love your hate to love, you're kind of doing something wrong. I don't usually hate to love romances. I usually love them off the bat. But this book was good on its own. Even without the hate to love story, this book would have been good. It would have stood on its own. Because I really love these two characters. Once I got to know them, I really started to love them and root for them. And them together, I really felt like they brought the best out of one another. I really, really love their love story. Next, we have How to Catch a Queen by Alyssa Cole. Alyssa Cole is one of my most read authors from last year. I talked about that in my reading year in review. I'll link that down below also. Alyssa Cole writes and publishes so many books in a year, and I love that for her. She published just late last year. If you read her Princess in Theory novel, these books take place in the same world. If you love the Princess in Theory books, you're probably gonna love these books. And this is the start of a new series though. In this book, we have Shanti, and she's kind of arranged to marry the king of this kingdom, Sanyu. I just realized there's a trend with these books. They're including marriage, arrangement, parents forcing their kids to get married. I did not plan this. This is a little weird. Anyways, they're kind of arranged on this like matchmaking royals app, which is hilarious that this app exists in this world. So they kind of match, and Sanyu like instantly hates the queen. She's kind of been brought up on this fact that the queen is not really meant to love the king. She's just there for a period of time, and that's it. Because in this kingdom, each queen has to pass like these trials where if they don't pass, they're kind of like banished from the kingdom or never heard from again. He sees like his queen as temporary. He doesn't want to even spend time with her or get to know her because he thinks that in a matter of months she's going to be gone anyway, so what's the point? But he wants to be a better king than he is now. Shanti kind of encourages him to kind of step up as king, and Shanti wanted to become queen not because she just wanted like the fame or the popularity. She became queen to help people and to kind of bring this kingdom out of its slump because it is kind of a dying kingdom. This was like kind of hate to love, kind of not. Alyssa Cole always delivers on a good romance and good drama. She always delivers on those two things, and I love her for it. I knew I was gonna really love this book when it came out, to be honest with you. The main character, I really loved her in this book. I really love hopelessly romantic love interest or hopeless romantic main character because I feel like we've been beating down the bush characters who are strong and independent. Like, can I just get a character who loves love and that's it? Like, I want that sometimes, you know? I don't want one-dimensional characters. I want three-dimensional characters who can like two different things. They can be strong and independent but also want to have a happy ending in their life. I want both, okay? And Shanti was both. Both these characters, again, the tensions book. That's nothing Alyssa Cole knows how to do. And it was heating up during this book. I really enjoyed this book. This book was such a close 5-star read. I did rate this book a 4 stars, but it was so close. Let me tell you, it was so close to being a 5-star read. Nonetheless, I really enjoyed this book. Alyssa Cole, keep coming with the romance books because I'm going to keep devouring them because wow, she really knows how to write a romance. The next and final book is actually How to Fill Out Flirting by Denise Williams. This takes place with Naya, who's a professor. After her last relationship, which was toxic and abusive actually, she's kind of out of the dating game for a while. So her friends kind of come together and make a list for her to finally get out there and live her life. One of the things on the list is have a one-night stand and to flirt with a stranger, but she does have a sort of one-night stand with this man, Jake, but she ends up throwing up on their one-night stand. The secondhand embarrassment while reading that scene was a lot. To handle. This book had me from the very beginning. I was kind of in a sort of slump with like romance books. When I picked this book up, I was like, please do not disappoint me. Like, I'm praying, do not disappoint me. But no, I loved this book. This was a 5-star romance book. And that says a lot because it was not hate to love. It didn't really have the tropey, like fake dating or any of the stuff that I really loved in romance books. It didn't have that. And it was still a 5-star read, so that's saying a lot. Important topics are also talked about, like abusive relationships and the PTSD the main character faces from that relationship. Again, this book is filled with drama. I feel like people either love drama in romance books or they hate it. I'm kind of in the middle where sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. It really depends on how the author handles it. If the author loves mess and loves messiness, she's probably gonna write that better than other authors. The author really handled it well. But yeah, these two people together really loved it. Both of them are out of bad relationships, so them kind of realizing and growing to see that all relationships don't have to be that like their last one Really love that. They're just so soft and cute together. I really love soft main love interest. Starting to get out that stage in my life where I love dark, broody love interest. I'm starting to get into that phase where I love soft, sweet, kind love interest. I'm starting to love those love interests way more than like the dark, broody love interest. This book checked out all of my boxes, exceeded all of my expectations. I did not expect to love this book as much as I did. I literally wrote my Goodreads review to take notes on this romance. This is how you write a romance. Because again, I was reading a lot of romance books that I did not like. And this book was just like my saving grace. And I'm so happy that I love this book as much as I did. All hope was restored in my romance book. I love this genre. I love this feeling of reading love in books. So we've reached the end of this video. So I hope you loved my romance book recommendations video. If you did, you can give it a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more of these videos, and have a happy Valentine's Day. And bye.